तो दोस्तों आज की इस वीडियो में हम बात करने जा रहे हैं द बी कीपर नाम की इस मूवी के बारे में। दोस्तों मैं आपके लिए पहले भी इस टॉपिक पर वीडियो ला चुका हूँ और ये एक तरह से हमारी दूसरी तीसरी वीडियो होने वाली है। तो आज हम पूरी डिटेल इस मूवी के बारे में जितनी भी बची हुई है सारी कुछ आपको बताने की कोशिश करेंगे। सबसे पहले रेटिंग के बारे में जान लेते हैं। IMDb पर इसकी रेटिंग जो है 6.4 की है। साथ ही साथ इसे तकरीबन रेड टमाटोज पर 70% लोगों ने पसंद किया है। और साथ ही साथ लेंथ की बात की जाए तो मूवी की लेंथ 1 घंटा 45 मिनट है और ये एक एक्शन थ्रिलर मूवी है जो कि अब OTT पर भी आ चुकी है। तो इसके बारे में आपको सारी कुछ जानकारी बताया गया, तो वीडियो को लाइक कर दे, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे। इसके बारे में आप आगे जानना चालू करते हैं।
The Beekeeper is a 2024 American action thriller film directed by David Ayer and written by Kurt Wimmer. The film stars Jason Statham, Emmy Raver-Lampman, Josh Hutcherson, Bobby Naderi, Phylicia Rashad, Gemma Redgrave and Jeremy Irons. When his good-hearted landlady commits suicide after losing her charity's funds to a phishing scam, former Beekeeper operative Adam Clay sets out on a brutal campaign for revenge upon those responsible. The Beekeeper was released in the United States by Amazon MGM Studios under the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Pictures label on January 12, 2024. The film received generally positive reviews and has grossed $143.8 million worldwide. Plot: Retired schoolteacher Eloise Parker lives by herself in Massachusetts, but she has a tenant in her barn, Adam Clay, living a quiet life as a beekeeper. One day, Eloise falls for a phishing scam and is robbed of over $2 million, the majority of which belongs to a charity organization she manages. Devastated, she shoots herself dead. Clay finds her body and is immediately arrested by FBI agent Verona Parker, Eloise's daughter. After Eloise's death is ruled a suicide, Clay is released. Verona tells him the group that robbed Eloise has been on the FBI's radar for a while but is difficult to track. Wanting justice for Eloise, Clay contacts the Beekeepers, a mysterious group, to find the scammers responsible. Clay receives an address for the scammers, a call center run by Mickey Garnett. Clay scares off the employees and destroys the building. Garnett informs his boss, technology executive Derek Danforth, who sends Garnett to kill Clay. A violent confrontation ensues where Clay kills Garnett's men and severs Garnett's fingers. Garnett calls Danforth while stopped at a bridge, informing him that Clay is a beekeeper. Having followed Garnett, Clay drags him off the bridge with a truck to his death and warns Danforth that he is coming after him. Danforth informs former CIA Director Wallace Westwild, who is currently running security for Danforth Enterprises at the request of Derek's mother Jessica, who is the current president of the USA, about Clay. Concerned, Wallace contacts the current CIA director in hopes of stopping Clay. The director contacts the Beekeepers and learns that Clay has retired from the organization. The Beekeepers subsequently declare neutrality after Clay kills the current beekeeper Anisette Landris sent to kill him. Meanwhile, Verona and her partner, Matt Wiley, anticipate that Clay will deliver an assault on the 9-Star United Center in Boston, which oversees all of Derek's global scam call centers. After informing FBI Deputy Director Prigg that Clay is a beekeeper, they receive all the support they ask for. Wallace coordinates a group of ex-Special Forces personnel, revealing to them that the Beekeepers are a highly skilled and dangerous clandestine organization tasked with protecting the United States, operating above and beyond governmental jurisdiction. To have a chance at stopping Clay, Wallace orders the group to secure the inside of the 9-Star building, while the FBI places their own SWAT team around the perimeter. Danforth's decision to not evacuate the employees enables Clay to quickly defeat the FBI SWAT team and infiltrate the building, taking down the manager, who reveals to Clay and the FBI that Danforth is his boss. Verona informs FBI Deputy Director Prigg that Danforth runs both companies, which several U.S. government agencies use. Verona also brings up the point that not only will Clay attempt to kill Derek, but he may also kill Jessica, the President of the United States, due to her association with the scam. As Clay eludes capture, Wallace advises Derek to stay with his mother under Secret Service protection. At the President's beachside mansion, Wallace hires a group of mercenaries, one of whom previously had an encounter with a beekeeper and lost his leg. Clay infiltrates the mansion, while Jessica learns the truth from Prig about Derek's exploitation of a CIA program during her presidential campaign. Jessica decides that when Clay approaches, she will tell him and the world the truth about Derek's use of the program. Enraged, Derek kills Prig and takes his mother hostage. Clay fights his way to the president's office, killing the mercenaries in the process. Wallace talks to Clay to persuade him to turn away at the last moment but fails. Clay eventually reaches her office, being quickly joined by Verona, Matt, and the rest of the FBI agents. Verona tries to dissuade Clay from killing Jessica and Derek. Derek attempts to kill his mother, but Clay kills him first and escapes through a nearby window and onto the beach. Despite Verona having a clear shot, she decides not to shoot Clay. He flees with the aid of the underwater gear he had hidden on the beach. Cast: Jason Statham as Adam Clay 5. Emmy Raver-Lampman as Agent Verona Parker. Bobby Naderi as Agent Matt Wiley 6. Josh Hutcherson as Derek Danforth 6. Jeremy Irons as Wallace Westwild 6. David Witz as Mickey Garnett. Michael Epp as Pettis. Taylor James as Lazarus. Phylicia Rashad as Eloise Parker 5. Gemma Redgrave as President Danforth. Minnie Driver as Director Janet Harwood 5. Don Galley as Deputy Director Prig. Sophia Feliciano as Callie Crane. Enzo Salenti as Rico Anzalone. Megan Lowe as Anisette Landris. Dan Lee as Agent Kim. Production. Development. In August 2021, it was announced that Jason Statham would star in the film for Miramax, and would also serve as a producer. 7. David Ayer signed on to direct in May 2022. 8. Filming. Principal photography began in September 2022 in the United Kingdom. 9. In October, Statham shot scenes at Tyringham Hall in Tyringham. 10. Filming wrapped that December. 11. Release. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM, acquired the film's distribution rights in the United States in August 2022. 9. In February 2023, Sky Cinema acquired the rights in the United Kingdom. 6. It was released by Amazon MGM Studios on January 12, 2024. 12.5. Amazon MGM Studios released The Beekeeper on VOD and digital platforms on January 30, 2024. Reception. Box office. As of February 18, 2024, The Beekeeper has grossed $60.5 million in the United States and Canada, and $83.3 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $143.8 million. 3.4. In the United States and Canada, The Beekeeper was released alongside Mean Girls and The Book of Clarence, and was projected to gross $17.19 million from 3,303 theaters in its opening weekend. 13. It made $6.7 million on its first day, including $2.4 million from Thursday night previews. It went on to debut to $16.6 million, finishing second behind Mean Girls. 14. The film made $8.5 million in its second weekend and $6.7 million in its third weekend, remaining in second at the box office. 15-16. Critical response. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, 70% of 166 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of 5.9 or 10. The website's consensus reads, "Cheerfully undemanding and enjoyably retrograde, The Beekeeper proves that when it comes to dispensing action thriller justice, Statham hasn't lost his sting." 17. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 54 out of 100, based on 37 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. 18. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B+ on an A+ to F scale, while those polled by PostTrack gave it an 84% overall positive score, with 63% saying they would definitely recommend the film. 14. A review in The Guardian says the non-shooting scenes are rushed and both Rashad and Driver are underused, and describes it as a solid, low-stakes, medium reward New Year's effort. 19 RogerEbert.com's Mazzolo cites praised various aspects of the film, including its range of villains, but regretted, "It's a real shame that The Beekeeper isn't the righteous trash masterpiece that it keeps threatening to turn into." David Ayer, born January 18, 1968, is an American filmmaker known for making crime films that are set in Los Angeles and deal with gangs and police corruption. His screenplays include Training Day, 2001, The Fast and the Furious, 2001, and S.W.A.T., 2003. He has also directed Harsh Times, 2005, Street Kings, 2008, End of Watch, 2012, Sabotage, 2014, and The Beekeeper, 2024. In 2016, he directed the superhero movie Suicide Squad from the DC Extended Universe, and then the urban fantasy film Bright, 2017, for Netflix. He has twice collaborated with actor Shia LaBeouf, first with the World War II drama Fury, 2014, then the crime thriller The Tax Collector, 2020. He has also collaborated with his friend Clee Shahid Sloan, who has appeared in 4 of his films. Early life. Ayer was born in Champaign, Illinois, on January 18, 1968, and grew up in Bloomington, Minnesota, and Bethesda, Maryland, where he was kicked out of his house by his parents as a teenager. Ayer lived with his cousin in Los Angeles, California, where his experiences in South Central Los Angeles became the inspiration for many of his films. Ayer dropped out of high school and painted houses for a living. Ayer enlisted in the United States Navy as a submarine sonar technician, SDS, aboard the USS Haddo, SSN 604-45. Career. As screenplay, U-571 was based on his experiences as a submariner in the U.S. Navy. Ayer collaborated on the screenplay for The Fast and the Furious in 2001. Ayer wrote the screenplay for crime drama Dark Blue, and it was his research into the Los Angeles Police Department that led to his most prominent screenplay, Training Day. Ayer signed a contract to write a screenplay for S.W.A.T., which was based on his original story pitch. The film was directed by Clark Johnson and released in 2003. In 2006, screenwriter David Ayer admitted that U-571 had distorted history, and said that he would not do it again. He told BBC Radio 4's The Film Programme that he did not feel good about suggesting that Americans, rather than the British, had captured the naval enigma cipher. It was a distortion. A mercenary decision. To create this parallel history in order to drive the film for an American audience. Both my grandparents were officers in the Second World War, and one would be personally offended if somebody distorted their achievements. 7. Ayer's directorial debut was with the film Harsh Times, an action drama set on the streets of South Central Los Angeles, showing how drug use and past military experiences affects people's attempts to lead normal lives. He went on to direct the action thriller Street Kings, which was released in 2008. Ayer later wrote and directed End of Watch, an action thriller about the daily lives of 2 South Central Los Angeles policemen, played by Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael P.A. The film was released in the fall of 2012 to profitable box office returns and favorable reception from critics, with Roger Ebert naming it as the 4th best film of 2012, hailing it as one of the best police movies in recent years. His next film was the action thriller Sabotage, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. The film was released on March 28, 2014. He wrote and directed the World War II set action film, Fury, starring Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf and Logan Lerman. The film was released in October 2014. 9. Ayer wrote and directed the film adaptation of the comic book Suicide Squad, which was released on August 5, 2016. The film, along with Ayer's directing, received negative reviews, though it became his most commercially successful film to date. 10. Ayer also directed Bright, a contemporary cop thriller, but with fantastical elements, starring Will Smith and Joel Edgerton with a script penned by Max Landis that Ayer rewrote. 11/12 Netflix picked up the film for a $90 million deal. 13 The film was released on December 22, 2017. On January 3, 2018, Netflix confirmed they were moving ahead with the sequel for Bright, with Smith and Edgerton reprising their roles and Ayer directing and writing the script with Evan Spiliotopoulos, the filming of which began in March 2019. 14 This ultimately did not happen due to Will Smith's schedule, and on May 5, 2020, he was replaced with Louise Leterrier as David Ayer wanted to focus on The Dirty Dozen for Warner Brothers. 15. On December 13, 2016, Ayer was brought on board to direct the spin-off of Suicide Squad, Gotham City Sirens, which evolved into Birds of Prey, directed by Kathy Yang, 16 and starring Margot Robbie reprising her role of Harley Quinn. 17 Gotham City Sirens remained in development, but as of April 2021, Gotham City Sirens has been put on pause. 18. He was also contracted by Universal Pictures to direct a remake of Scarface starring Diego Luna, but was let go because his script was too violent. 19. Ayer established Cedar Park Entertainment on January 4, 2018, with former head of programming at Audience Network, Chris Longitude, primarily established to produce films and television shows. The first film Cedar Park produced was 2020's The Tax Collector, a second collaboration with actor Shia LaBeouf. 2021 On June 21, 2018, it set a first-look deal with Entertainment One, and it will cover television series, both scripted and unscripted. 22. In May 2022, Ayer signed on to direct action thriller The Beekeeper for Miramax, written by Kurt Wimmer and starring Jason Statham, with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer later acquiring domestic distribution rights. 23:20 for the film is set to be released in theaters on January 12, 2024. 25 In October 2023, it was announced that Ayer and Statham would reunite to work on Levon's Trade, from a screenplay by Sylvester Stallone, based on the novel of the same name by Chuck Dixon, with production expected to begin in March 2024. 26. Filmography. Film. Year, title, director, writer, producer. 2000 U571 No Yes No. 2001 Training Day No Yes co-producer. The Fast and the Furious No Yes No. 2002 Dark Blue No Yes No. 2003 SWAT. No Yes No. 2005 Harsh Times Yes Yes Yes. 2008 Street Kings Yes No No. 2012 End of Watch Yes Yes Yes. 2014 Sabotage Yes Yes Yes. Fury Yes Yes Yes. 2016 Suicide Squad Yes Yes No. 2017 Bright Yes No Yes. 2020 The Tax Collector Yes Yes Yes. 2020 For the Beekeeper Yes No Yes. Cameo roles. Year, title role. 2001 Training Day Russian Mafia hitman. 2008 Street Kings gang member prisoner in L.A. County Jail. 2016 Suicide Squad Belle Reve prison guard, extended cut. Television. Year, title, director, executive. Producer notes. 2020 Deputy Yes Yes episodes Graduation Day and 10-8 Outlaws. Other roles. Year, title, role. 2001 Training Day stunts. 2000 For Taking Lives uncredited script revisions. 2008 HBO First Look special production footage. 2020 Birds of Prey executive producer. 2021 The Suicide Squad special thanks. Off-Broadway credits include Lincoln Center's productions of Cymbeline and Bernarda Alba, Helen, The Story and Everybody's Ruby at the Public Theater, the Negro Ensemble Company productions of Puppet Play, Zooman and the Sign, Sons and Fathers of Sons, In an Upstate Motel, Weep Not for Me, and The Great Mac Daddy, Lincoln Center's production of Ed Bullen's The Duplex, and The Sirens at the Manhattan Theater Club. In regional theater, she performed as Euripides Medea and in Blues for an Alabama Sky at the Alliance Theater in Atlanta, Georgia. Other regional theaters at which she has performed are the Arena Stage in Washington, D.C., and the Huntington Theater in Boston. In 1993, Rashad was the first narrator at Disney's Candlelight Processional when the event was moved to Epcot. Her narration of the Nativity story was recorded and released by Walt Disney Records. 10. In the early 21st century, Rashad was the first black actress of any nationality to win the Best Actress, Play, Tony Award, for her 2000 for performance as Lena Younger in a revival of the play A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. Rashad also won the 2000 for Drama Desk Award for Best Actress in a Play for A Raisin in the Sun, tying Split Award that year, with Viola Davis for the play Intimate Apparel. Rashad was nominated again for a Tony the following year, for her performance in Gem of the Ocean. In 2007, Rashad made her directorial debut with the Seattle Repertory Theater's production of August Wilson's Gem of the Ocean. 11. In 2008, Rashad starred on Broadway as Big Mama in an all-African American production of Tennessee Williams's Pulitzer Prize-winning drama Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, directed by her sister Debbie Allen. She appeared alongside stage veterans James Earl Jones, Big Daddy, and Anika Noni Rose, Maggie, as well as film actor Terrence Howard, who made his Broadway debut as Brick. In 2009, she appeared as Violet Weston, the drug-addicted matriarch of Tracy Letz's award-winning play August, Osage County, at the Music Box Theatre. Rashad returned to directing August Wilson's work in early 2014, when she led a revival of Wilson's Fences, at the McCarter Theatre in Princeton, New Jersey. It received generally positive reviews. She continued to focus on Wilson's work, including a well-received production of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which she directed at the Mark Taper Forum in Los Angeles in late 2016. 12. From March 17 to May 1, 2016, Rashad played the lead role of Sheila in Tarell Alvin McCraney's play Head of Passes at the Public Theatre. Her performance was positively reviewed.
रिलीजिंग डेट के बारे में बात की जाए तो 12 जनवरी 2024 की इसकी रिलीजिंग डेट है और लेंथ की बात की जाए तो 105 मिनट टोटल इस मूवी की लेंथ है। साथ ही साथ यूनाइटेड स्टेट में इसे बनाया गया है। मेन बेस जो लैंग्वेज है वो इसकी इंग्लिश है। साथ ही साथ इसे तकरीबन बजट में बनाया गया है 40 मिलियन के और कलेक्शन जो इसने किया है 143 मिलियन के कलेक्शन में इसने एक तरह से इसकी जो एंडिंग वो की है। अब OTT पर ये कंफर्म हमें देखने को मिलेगी, प्राइम वीडियो पर या नेटफ्लिक्स पर, दोनों में से एक OTT प्लेटफॉर्म पर ही हमें देखने को मिलने वाली है। और इसके OTT राइट्स मैं आपको बता दूं, किसी भी मूवी के जो OTT राइट्स है आजकल जो बिकने लगे हैं वो इस मूवी के जो कलेक्शन है उसके 30% के हिसाब से बिकने लगे हैं। तो मैं आपको बता दूं 143 मिलियन का 30% जो भी हिस्सा बनेगा उतने हिस्से के अंदर ये मूवी OTT पर बेची जाएगी। तो आप देख सकते हैं कौन सा OTT प्लेटफॉर्म पर एक तरह से हमें देखने को मिलेगी। बाकी मैं शॉर्ट वीडियो आपको बनाकर बता दूंगा, तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे। अब आगे इसके बारे में और जानकारी है, कास्टिंग के बारे में, कैरेक्टर के बारे में, वो मैं आपको देता हूँ।
Emmy Raver-Lampman, born Emily Christine Raver-Lampman, September 5, 1988, 123 is an American actress and singer. She began her career working in musical theater, and has performed in various Broadway and national touring productions such as Hair, Jekyll and Hyde, Wicked, and Hamilton. She has played Alison Hargreaves in the Netflix series The Umbrella Academy since 2019. Early life. Raver-Lampman was born and raised in Norfolk, Virginia. For she was adopted as a newborn. 5. Her mother Sharon is a professor at Old Dominion University. 3-6 While her father Greg is a writer and teacher. 7-8 She was raised an only child, has traveled widely, over 50 countries, and lived in the Czech Republic, Ukraine and India when she was young due to her mother's work. 9 She has a half-sister, who is her junior by 20 years. 10. She attended a performing arts high school, Governor's School for the Arts, as well as Maury High in Norfolk. 11 She then attended Marymount Manhattan College in New York City. She began working as a professional actress while in school and began studying remotely for her junior year. She landed a part in a production of Hair, and she left her course temporarily with just a semester left before graduation, but eventually returned to graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Theatre in 2012. 12-4-5. Career. Raver-Lampman's career began in musical theatre. Her first professional theatre role was in a May 2010 production of Children of Eden, produced by the Astoria Performing Arts Center. She auditioned for the musical while she was a sophomore at college and won a leading role. 9. She then auditioned for and subsequently joined the 2010 national tour of Hair, from which she earned her equity card. Raver-Lampman made her Broadway debut in summer 2011, when Hair made a return to Broadway with its touring production. 11. She left Hair when the production closed on Broadway that September. The following fall, Raver-Lampman joined the three-road national tour of the musical Jekyll and Hyde as an ensemble member and understudy for the lead role, Lucy Harris. The production transferred to Broadway in April 2013 for a 2-month limited engagement but closed after a month. Later in 2013, Raver-Lampman was cast in the Broadway original production of A Night with Janis Joplin. 13. She performed as a swing until the show closed in February 2014 and was subsequently cast in the 1STU's tour of the musical Wicked as a standby for the lead role of Elphaba. 11-14. Following her 1-year contract with Wicked, Raver-Lampman returned to New York in March 2015, and later auditioned for one of the 2 ensemble roles that Hamilton was adding to its show after its off-Broadway run. 9. She was cast and became part of the original ensemble cast of Hamilton on Broadway, as well as an understudy for all 3 lead female roles, Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy or Maria Reynolds. For Hamilton opened in August 2015. In September 2015, Raver-Lampman was part of a star-studded reading of an original rock musical titled Galileo. 15. In December of that year, she took part in an MCC theatre workshop of Alice by Heart. 16. In January 2016, it was announced that she was cast as Pearl Krabs in the Chicago production tryout of the musical SpongeBob SquarePants. For she left Hamilton in April 2016, and is one of the 2 original cast members who did not take part in the filming of the production. She returned to Hamilton later that year as an original member of the show's Chicago production, which began previews in September 2016. In March 2017, she joined the show's first national tour, starring as Angelica. For she toured with the show until the end of 2017, performing in San Francisco and Los Angeles. 17. In late 2019, it was announced that she would be joining her former Hamilton castmate Celia Pfeiffer as co-stars of the new original musical Gun and Powder, directed by Robert O'Hara. The show had a month-long regional engagement in Arlington, Virginia, which opened on January 28, 2020. 18. Raver-Lampman landed her first major television role in 2017, portraying Alison Hargreaves in The Umbrella Academy, opposite actors Elliot Page and Tom Hopper, among others. 19. The show was filmed during the first half of 2018 and was released on Netflix in February 2019. The show was Netflix's 3rd most popular series in 2019, with more than 45 million viewers. 20. Raver-Lampman filmed the 2nd season over 5 months in 2019, with the season premiering in July 2020. 21. Throughout 2019, she also had guest roles in television shows like A Million Little Things and Jane the Virgin. Raver-Lampman was featured on the 2019 album 7 Nights in Chicago by Daveed Diggs and Rafael Casal. 22. In July 2020, it was announced that Raver-Lampman would be replacing Kristen Bell as the voice of Molly Tillerman in the Apple TV Plus series Central Park. The announcement came after Bell resigned from her role, due to a controversy over her performance as a mixed-race character. Raver-Lampman voiced Molly in the 2nd season of the series. 23. Personal life. Raver-Lampman is in a relationship with Daveed Diggs, whom she met in 2015 while they were performing together in Hamilton. 24. In September 2023, Raver-Lampman and Diggs announced via their Instagram pages that they are expecting their first child. 25. Filmography. Film. Year title role notes. 2019 Stucco Relaxer short film. 2020 Atypical Wednesday Millie. 2021 Untitled horror movie Alex also executive producer. 2022 Dog Bella. Blacklight Myra Jones. Gatlop Sam. 2020 for the Beekeeper FBI agent Verona Parker. Television. Year title role notes. 2016 Odd Mom Out Woman on Date episode, Hamming It Up. 2018 A Million Little Things Rebecca episode, Friday Night Dinner. 2019 American Dad. Travel Agent, Voice, episode, Stomp Le Monde. Jane the Virgin Lily Loughlin episodes, Chapter 97, Chapter 98. Robot Chicken Peppermint or Boy's Mother, Voice, episode, Robot Chicken Santa's Dead, spoiler alert, Holiday Murder Thing Special. 2019 Present the Umbrella Academy Alison Hargreaves and number 3 of the Rumor main role, 30 episodes. 2021-2022 Central Park Molly Tillerman, Voice, main role, Season 2 present. 2022 Nailed It Herself, Guest Judge, episode, Umbrella Academy. 2022 Family Guy Mary Elizabeth Becker Ryan, Voice, episode, Get Stewie. Theatre. Year title role venue notes. 2010 Children of Eden Eve or Mama Noah Astoria Performing Arts Center. May 2010 Off-Broadway production. 2010-2011 Hair Ensemble. Understudy, Dion, Abraham Lincoln National Tour. October 2010 June 2011 National Tour. St. James Theatre. July-September 2011 Broadway Return of Tour. 2012-2013 Jekyll and Hyde Ensemble. Understudy, Lucy Harris National Tour. October 2012 March 2013 Third National Tour. Marquis Theatre. April-May 2013 Broadway Revival. 2013-2014 A Night with Janis Joplin Swing. Understudy, Joplin Iries Lyceum Theatre. October 2013 February 2014 Original Broadway Cast. 2014-2015 Wicked Elphaba, Standby, National Tour. February 2014 March 2015 First National Tour Replacement. 2015-2017 Hamilton Ensemble. Understudy, Angelica, Eliza, Peggy or Maria Reynolds Richard Rogers Theatre. July 2015 April 2016 Original Broadway production. Eliza Tour. September 2016 February 2017 Chicago production. Angelica Tour. March-December 2017 First National Tour. 2016 SpongeBob SquarePants Pearl Crabs Oriental Theatre. June-July 2016 Original Chicago production. 2020 Gun and Powder Martha Signature Theatre. January-February 2020 Original Virginia Produce. Beginning in November 2017, Hutcherson starred in the science fiction comedy series Future Man on the video-on-demand service Hulu. 91 Produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, the show continued for 3 seasons, concluding in 2020. In 2019, he starred in the thriller film Burn and began voicing the lead character of Shinjiro Hayata in the Netflix anime Ultraman, 2019-2023. He appeared in the 2022 Ernest Hemingway adaptation Across the River and Into the Trees and starred opposite Morgan Freeman in the 2023 science fiction thriller 57 Seconds. 2023 present, Five Nights at Freddy's success. Released in October 2023, Hutcherson stars as Mike Schmidt in the Blumhouse Productions film Five Nights at Freddy's, based on the video game series of the same name. 92 The film was a box office success and one of the year's best-performing horror films. 93 He later revealed that a sequel film was in development. Hutcherson appeared as the main antagonist Derek Danforth in the Jason Statham action film The Beekeeper, which was released on January 19, 2024. 94. Personal life. Hutcherson has cited actor Jake Gyllenhaal as an inspiration, 38 admiring the way Gyllenhaal has taken his career and the kind of jobs that he's taken. 7 He has named actor, director, and producer Philip Seymour Hoffman as another of his inspirations. 95. Hutcherson currently lives in Los Angeles, California. 96. In May 2012, he purchased the 1,861 square foot, 172.9 MTW, $2.5 million former house of Heath Ledger in Laurel Canyon, Hollywood Hills, a small ranch built in 1951. 96. He professes that fame has not changed him as a person, stating, "I love my job more than anything in the world and I could never imagine doing anything else." So this whole thing is a very small price to pay compared to someone who has to go to an office to work. 814. A known ally to the LGBT community, Hutcherson advocates the Gay Straight Alliance campaign straight but not narrow. 97-98. Since its formation, he has been its most active supporter. 99. His involvement with the LGBT community stems from his family ties. 2 of his uncles who were gay died of AIDS-related illnesses. 100. In April 2012, he became the youngest recipient of the Vanguard Award from GLAAD, given for promoting equal rights for LGBT people. 101. He was also awarded with Young Humanitarian Award at the 2015 Unite for Humanity Award ceremony. 102. Regarding his own sexuality, he considers himself to be mostly straight and does not believe in being limited by labels. 90. Hutcherson also worked alongside the Trevor Project and Human IT in 2014 when he began his campaign Power On, which serves to help young LGBT people from rural areas to form communities by donating old computers and cell phones to LGBT resource centers. He began the campaign by donating an old computer of his own. 103. Yearly in 2012-2014, he has hosted the Josh Hutcherson Celebrity Basketball Game in Los Angeles, which raises funds and awareness for the Straight But Not Narrow campaign. 104. In November 2013, Hutcherson and Queen Latifah presented trophies together for young community volunteers in a live ceremony at the 5th Annual Teen Nick Halo Awards at the Hollywood Palladium. 105. Hutcherson endorsed and actively campaigned for Senator Bernie Sanders for president in the 2016 and 2020 U.S. presidential elections. 106-107. In December 2023, an old YouTube video from 2014 resurfaced on TikTok. The video consisted of oversaturated images of Hutcherson, with the song Whistle by Flo Rida playing in the background. The video, especially the first 10 seconds, has become a pop culture phenomenon, and has been used heavily in social media in a style similar to a Rickroll. 108. Filmography. Key. Denotes works that have not yet been released. Film. Hutcherson at 2013 San Diego Comic-Con International promoting The Hunger Games, Catching Fire. Year title roll notes. 2003 American Splendor Robin. 2000 for Motocross Kids TJ. The Polar Express Young Hero Boy additional motion capture only. 2005 One Last Ride Joey. Kicking and Screaming Bucky Weston. Howl's Moving Castle Markle voice role, English version. Little Manhattan Gabriel Gabe Burton. Zathura, A Space Adventure Walter Budwing. 2006 RV Carl Munro. 2007 Bridge to Terabithia Jesse Aarons. Firehouse Dog Shane Fahey. 2008 Winged Creatures Jimmy Jaspersen. Journey to the Center of the Earth Sean Anderson. 2009 Cirque du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant Steve Leopard Leonard. 2010 The Kids Are All Right Laser All Good. The Third Rule Chuck short film. 2011 Detention Clapton Davis also executive producer. Irons received classical training at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School and started acting career on stage in 1969. He appeared in many West End theatre productions, including the Shakespeare plays The Winter's Tale, Macbeth, Much Ado About Nothing, The Taming of the Shrew, and Richard II. In 1984, he made his Broadway debut in Tom Stoppard's The Real Thing, receiving the Tony Award for Best Actor in a Play. His first major film role came in The French Lieutenant's Woman, 1981, for which he received a BAFTA nomination for Best Actor. After starring in dramas such as Moonlighting, 1982, Betrayal, 1983, The Mission, 1986, and Dead Ringers, 1988. He received the Academy Award for Best Actor for his portrayal of Klaus von Bülow in Reversal of Fortune, 1990. Other notable films include Kafka, 1991, Damage, 1992, M. Butterfly, 1993, Die Hard with a Vengeance, 1995, Lolita, 1997, The Merchant of Venice, 2004, Kingdom of Heaven, 2005, Appaloosa, 2008, and Margin Call, 2011. He voiced the role of Scar in Disney's The Lion King, 1994, and played Alfred Pennyworth in the DC Extended Universe, 2016-2023, series of films. On television, Irons's breakout role came in the ITV series Brideshead Revisited, 1981. He received a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Limited Series or Movie for his performance in the miniseries Elizabeth I, 2005. He starred as Pope Alexander VI in the Showtime historical series The Borgias, 2011-2013, and as Adrian Veidt Ozymandias in HBO's Watchmen, 2019. In October 2011, he was named the Goodwill Ambassador for the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Early life and education. Irons was born on 19 September 1948 in Cowes on the Isle of Wight, to Paul Duggan Irons, an accountant, and Barbara and Brereton Brymer, N.E. Sharp. Two Irons has a brother, Christopher, born 1943, and a sister, Felicity Ann, born 1944. He was educated at the independent Sherborne School 1 in Dorset from 1962 to 1966. He was the drummer and harmonica player in a four-man school band called the Four Pillars of Wisdom. 3. Acting career. Irons in 1999. Irons trained as an actor at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School and later became president of its fundraising appeal. He performed a number of plays, and busked on the streets of Bristol, before appearing on the London stage as John the Baptist and Judas opposite David Essex in Godspell, which opened at the Roundhouse on 17 November 1971 before transferring to Wyndham's Theatre, playing a total of 1,128 performances. 4. Irons's television career began on British television in the early 1970s, including appearances on the children's series Play Away and as Franz Liszt in the BBC series Notorious Woman, 1974. More significantly, he starred in the 13-part adaptation of H.E. Bates's novel Love for Lydia, 1977, for London Weekend Television, and attracted attention for his key role as the pipe-smoking German student, a romantic pairing with Judi Dench, in Harold Pinter's screenplay adaptation of Aidan Higgins's novel Languish, Go Down, 1978, for BBC television. Irons has worked with the Royal Shakespeare Company 3 times in 1976, 1986, 1987 and 2010. 5-6 After years of success in the West End in London, Irons made his New York debut in 1984 and won a Tony Award for his Broadway performance opposite Glenn Close in The Real Thing. The role which significantly raised his profile was Charles Ryder in the television adaptation of Evelyn Waugh's Brideshead Revisited, 1981, first broadcast on ITV. The show ranks among the most successful British television dramas, with Irons receiving a Golden Globe nomination for his performance. 7-8, which is frequently ranked among the greatest British television dramas as well as greatest literary adaptations. 7-9, Brideshead reunited him with Anthony Andrews, with whom he had appeared in The Palaces 7 years earlier. Around the same time he starred in the film The French Lieutenant's Woman, also 1981, opposite Meryl Streep. Joshua Ryan Hutcherson, born October 12, 1992, is an American actor. He began acting in the early 2000s and appeared in several commercials and minor film and television roles before gaining prominence in his teenage years with main roles in Little Manhattan and Zathura, A Space Adventure, both 2005, RV, 2006, Bridge to Terabithia, 2007, Journey to the Center of the Earth, 2008, and The Kids Are All Right, 2010. In 2011, 18-year-old Hutcherson landed the leading role of Peter Mellark in the top-grossing film series The Hunger Games, released yearly between 2012 and 2015, for which he won 3 MTV Movie Awards and a People's Choice Award. In the same period, he also played a lead role in Journey to The Mysterious Island, 2012, and voice role in the animated film Epic, 2013. Since this period, Hutcherson decreased his workload for a few years and appeared in several independent films. On television, he starred in the Hulu comedy series Future Man from 2017 to 2020 and voiced the lead character in Ultraman, 2019-2023. He has since starred in the commercially successful horror film Five Nights at Freddy's, 2023, and action film The Beekeeper, 2024. Throughout his career, Hutcherson has expressed an interest in filmmaking. He has served as an executive producer for Detention, 2011, The Forger, 2012, and Escobar, Paradise Lost, 2015, while also playing a lead role in each film. Early life. Born in Union, Kentucky on October 12, 1992, Hutcherson is the elder son of Michelle, Annie Fightmaster, a former Delta Airlines employee who now assists with Josh's career, and Chris Hutcherson, an analyst for the United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. 1-2 His parents, who were also born and raised in Kentucky, met in high school in Dry Ridge. 1-3 He has one younger brother, Connor, B. 1996. 4-5-6. Hutcherson's interest in acting developed as a child despite his parents' concerns about the profession. 7-8 According to the actor himself, he had loved the entertainment industry from the age of 4. 9 His father said that his son was compelled to perform for people from a very young age, possessing a personality that attracted people's attention. His mother said that he bugged us so much into becoming an actor, 10 but believed it was a phase he was going through and would grow out of. 11 At age 8, Hutcherson went through the yellow pages and contacted an acting agency. 12 In January 2002, he and his mother met acting coach Bob Luke, who traveled from New York City to Kentucky to meet them. 12 Luke advised them to go to Los Angeles and begin auditioning Hutcherson for TV pilots. At the time, his only acting experience had been in a Kroger television commercial and a Vacation Bible School training film. 2 For 3 years, Hutcherson and his mother lived in Los Angeles' Oakwood Apartments, a housing community that accommodates young child actors and their families. 12-13. Most of Hutcherson's childhood was spent on film sets rather than in a classroom. He attended New Haven Elementary School in Union until he began his career at the age of 9, after which he began homeschooling, with his mother as his teacher. 10-14 He later returned to Kentucky to attend Ryle High School for 1 semester. 14-15 Hutcherson played on the high school soccer team and has been a keen sports enthusiast since. 7-15 Also displaying a passion for football and tennis. 16 At the age of 13, he participated in a triathlon. 16 He later said of his schooling experiences, "I know it's something kids have to deal with every single day, but getting up at the same time every day and having to listen to teachers talk about things I could learn so much more easily on my own, I hated it." 14. Career. 2002-2010, early roles. After moving to Hollywood in 2002, Hutcherson appeared in various television commercials. 1 He landed his first major acting role as Nikki Harper in the 2002 pilot episode of House Blend, followed by minor roles in an episode of ER and the pilot episode of Becoming Glenn. 17 The following year, he played the leading role of Charlie Logan in the television film Miracle Dogs, which aired on Animal Planet. 18 Later that year, he starred opposite Peter Falk and Tim Daly in the television film Wilder Days. 19 Playing Falk's grandson who accompanies him on a turbulent road trip. Daly was impressed with the young Hutcherson, remarking, "He's an exceptional kid. He's a really good actor, and he's very smart and confident in himself." 2 Hutcherson's next role was as a boy dressed as Robin in his first feature film appearance, the well-reviewed independent film American Splendor, 20 which won the Grand Jury Prize at the Sundance Film Festival. 21. His character in 2004's fantasy film The Polar Express, Young Hero Boy, was created by motion capture of his facial expressions and body movements. 22. The film starred Tom Hanks in the lead role and received mixed reviews from critics. 23. In the animated fantasy film Howl's Moving Castle, he voiced the character of Markle, working alongside two other lead characters Christian Bale and Billy Crystal. 24. All of his dialogue for the film was recorded in about 8 consecutive hours. 16. Josh Hutcherson smiling for a picture wearing casual clothing. Hutcherson at the premiere of Cirque du Freak in 2009. In 2005, Hutcherson appeared in several Hollywood films while trying to establish himself in the industry. He portrayed the minor role of Bucky Weston in the comedy Kicking and Screaming. 25. In 2005's Little Manhattan, he had a lead role alongside his younger brother, Connor. 626. Stella Papa-Michael of the BBC approved of his performance, saying that Hutcherson's delivery is spot on, showing a keen instinct for self-effacing humor that would make even Woody Allen feel that bit more inadequate. 27. But Variety columnist Brian Lowry felt that Hutcherson might have looked cute on the page, but even with his Linus voice the language and tone didn't feel natural. 28. He next appeared in a lead role in Jon Favreau's Zathura, a space adventure, which he enjoyed filming owing to the number of special effects and stunts he was involved with. 29. 30. Hutcherson received the Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a Feature Film by a leading young actor for the film. 31. Hutcherson's next appearance was in the comedy RV in early 2006, playing the son of Robin Williams' character, Bob Munro. 32. 33. He professed finding it difficult to concentrate during the production because he was constantly laughing at Williams' jokes and antics between takes. 30. For the film was not received favorably by critics. Variety said the film suffered from blunt predictability and meager laughs. 35. He received his second Young Artist Award nomination for his role, but lost to Logan Lerman in Hoot. 36. Hutcherson's breakthrough role in his career as a child actor came in 2007, when he portrayed Jesse Aarons in the fantasy drama Bridge to Terabithia. 17. The film was shot on location in New Zealand for 3.5 months. Hutcherson said of the filming, "That was an amazing experience. It doesn't get any prettier than that. There were beaches everywhere and all sorts of forests. We took little road trips everywhere and just had a lot of fun." 37. He admitted to not having read the novel that the film is based upon before being cast. 38. Author and C. Pieta describes his character of Jesse Aarons as an introverted boy with 4 sisters, a financially strapped family, and a real talent for drawing whose life is turned around when Leslie Burke, Anna Sophia Robb, arrives, with whom he creates an imaginary utopian world. 39. And Hornaday of the Washington Post found his casting to be a perfect fit and commended how he portrayed the sensitive, artistic temperament of his character. 40. While Miriam D'Annunzio of the Chicago Sun-Times noted the chemistry between Hutcherson and Robb, referring to them as a dynamic duo. 41. He won his second Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a Feature Film by a leading young actor for the film. 42. Hutcherson's next role was in Firehouse Dog, 2007, in which he played Shane Fahey, a firefighter's son who befriends a dog. He has expressed his pleasure in working and bonding with the 4 different dogs who played his canine co-star. 43. The film received mixed reviews, although critics were favorable to Hutcherson. 44. Following the film, Carrie Rickey of the Philadelphia Inquirer referred to him as the Jodie Foster of Generation Y, remarking that with each successive film Hutcherson dives deeper into his reservoir of shame and hurt and hope, unnerving for one so young, but also unusually urgent for an actor of any age. 45. Hutcherson with slicked back hair, wearing a black button-up dress shirt. Hutcherson at the 2010 New York Film Festival. In 2008, he appeared in the independent crime drama Winged Creatures, released as fragments on DVD, alongside Dakota Fanning as they portrayed 2 teenage friends who survive a massacre. 46. And in Journey to the Center of the Earth, a 3D film adaptation of the novel of the same name where he portrayed a teen who travels to Iceland with an uncle he hardly knows, played by Brendan Fraser. 43. 47. Over the next 2 years, he appeared as a boy named Steve Leopard Leonard who visits a freak show with his friends in the vampire fiction film adaptation of the book Cirque du Freak 48 and had a supporting role in the critically acclaimed The Kids Are All Right, portraying the son of a lesbian couple, played by Annette Bening and Julianne Moore. 4950 According to Kaleem Aftab of The Independent, his role in the film was a pivotal point in his career and one of vital importance to continuing his career into adulthood. 8 Hutcherson expressed gratitude at being cast in the film, displaying satisfaction with the intimacy and creative freedom that independent films provide over studio films. 51 The film won the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy in 2010, and was a nominee for Best Picture at the 83 Road Academy Awards. 52-53 Gregory Elwood of entertainment site HitFix stated, Hutcherson's charismatic wit and natural instincts shine, and it's arguably the first film where he proves he's more than just another sharp-looking teen actor. 50. 2011-2015, The Hunger Games and Breakthrough. That role is so key to have a boy that can use language. That's how Peter navigates the world, that's his gift, and Josh was the only one who could bring that to life in such a real and natural way. Suzanne Collins, The Hunger Games series author 54. On April 4, 2011, Lionsgate announced that 18-year-old Hutcherson had been cast as Peter Mellark in the Hunger Games series, opposite Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss Everdeen. 55-56 He was eager to land the role, feeling that he related to the character extremely well. 1 In preparation for filming, he had to bleach his hair and gain 15 pounds. 57 Lawrence, a very close friend, has always spoken highly of him as an actor. In regards to his portrayal of Peter Mellark, she stated, he's charming, he's sweet, he's down to earth, he's normal. He embodies all of it and brings it all to Peter. He's got all those great qualities and every single one of them comes across in every line he says out loud as Peter. 58 He became known for his pranks on set, 59 leading to an accident as he was play fighting with Lawrence who kicked him in the head, unintentionally knocking him unconscious and giving him a concussion. 60 The initial film, The Hunger Games, was released on March 23, 2012, and went on to become one of the highest-grossing films of the year. Hutcherson received the MTV Movie Award for Best Male Performance. 61 He was also awarded the 2012 New Now Next Award for Next Megastar and the National Association of Theatre Owners' 2012 CinemaCon Award for Breakthrough Performer of the Year. 62-63 Peter Travers of Rolling Stone described the actor's portrayal saying, Hutcherson brings humor and a bruised heart to a boy who needs to mature fast. 64. Josh Hutcherson in a striped blue tank top and Vanessa Hudgens in a blue dress. Hutcherson and Journey 2, The Mysterious Island co-star Vanessa Hudgens in Sydney in January 2012. Between landing the role in The Hunger Games and the film's release, he played a lead role and served as an executive producer for 2 films, Detention, 2011, and The Forger, 2012. 65-66 In Detention, he played the role of popular teenager Clapton Davis in a film the plot of which has been compared to 1985's The Breakfast Club. 67 His role in The Forger was as a 15-year-old orphan who finds himself in trouble until Alfred Molina's character comes to his aid. The film was not well received, but the actors' chemistry together and their performance was. 68 He next reprised his role as Sean Anderson in the 2012 Journey to the Center of the Earth sequel, Journey 2, The Mysterious Island. 69-70 Hutcherson has always been vocal about his desire to work on films of all sorts of genres. 43 Regarding the switch from comedy drama The Kids Are All Right to the Journey sequel, he stated, For me, I like to do all different types of films and to go from having that awesome indie kind of thing that I love doing so much with great characters and a really great script to a bigger kind of studio film, to just cover the whole kind of spectrum of movies is really, really cool. 71 Although the film was largely panned, 72 It fared well commercially and his performance was well received, with Kofi Outlaw of ScreenRant.com appreciating how he does a good job holding the screen and portraying a somewhat layered protagonist. 73 Later in 2012, he appeared in Red Dawn, a remake of the 1984 film of the same name. The film was panned by critics, achieving only a 12% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, the lowest score of any film Hutcherson has acted in. 74-75. In 2013, Hutcherson voiced the character Nod in the animated action-adventure 3D film Epic, loosely based on William Joyce's book, The Leaf Men and the Brave Good Bugs. 76-77 The film is his most commercially successful except for the Hunger Games series. 75 As filming approached for the Hunger Games sequel, The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, he enlisted celebrity trainer Bobby Strom to assist him in 5-hour-long workouts per week. 78 The film brought in $420 million at the North American box office, making it his most commercially successful film. 75 Todd Gilchrist of IndieWire proclaimed of the actor's performance that Hutcherson's maturing talents achieve a parallelism with the character's self-actualization, proving subtler and more self-aware with every resigned decision he makes on behalf of the people around him that he loves. 79 Hutcherson received his second MTV Movie Award for Best Male Performance for his role in the sequel. 80. Josh Hutcherson and Jennifer Lawrence speaking at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con International, for The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, at the San Diego Convention Center in San Diego, California. Hutcherson with co-star Jennifer Lawrence at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con International promoting The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. On November 23, 2013, the day following The Hunger Games: Catching Fire's United States release, Hutcherson hosted an episode of Saturday Night Live. 81-82 His performance received mediocre reviews, with Mike Ryan of the Huffington Post stating that he did not really bring anything special to the table except having a nice attitude, and John Sirico of GQ remarking that while the night didn't necessarily disappoint, it also didn't dazzle. 83-84 Hutcherson again reprised his role in the two feature-length parts of the Mockingjay film adaptation. The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 1 was released on November 21, 2014, and Part 2 followed on November 20, 2015. 85 His character goes through a significant personality change in the films, which provided him with an acting challenge. He said, "I'm nervous about portraying it because I've never gone crazy before in a movie." 86 Emily Yar of The Washington Post spoke positively of his acting, by saying Peter's crazed expression is sure to haunt our nightmares for a long time. 87 While David Edelstein of New York criticized his portrayal in relation to scenes with the other characters, saying at least Josh Hutcherson's captured Peter is mostly seen in interviews with Stanley Tucci's camp talk show host on TV screens. So the actor can't bring his lack of urgency to scenes with Jennifer Lawrence. 88 Before filming the Mockingjay movies, Hutcherson filmed Escobar: Paradise Lost, a French-Spanish thriller, which was released on January 16, 2015, in the U.S. 89 He also served as an executive producer for the film, alongside first-time director Andrea Di Stefano, assisting with casting and blocking shots. Hutcherson said the opportunity made him so hungry to do more like that. 90. 2016-2022, post The Hunger Games. In the 2 years following the conclusion The Hunger Games, Hutcherson acted in independent films and produced a handful of short films including his 2017 directorial debut Ape. He also directed music videos for West Coast Massive and Foster the People. In a short period, he had supporting roles in 3 films directed by James Franco: The Long Home, unreleased, In Dubious Battle, 2016, and The Disaster Artist, 2017. Other films include Danny the Champion of the World, 1989, Reversal of Fortune, 1990, for which he won the Academy Award for Best Actor, Kafka, 1991, Damage, 1993, Butterfly, 1993, Working Again with David Cronenberg, The House of the Spirits, 1993, appearing again with Glenn Close and Meryl Streep. He lent his deep baritone voice as Scar in The Lion King, 1994. Afterwards, he portrayed as Simon Grubber in Die Hard with a Vengeance, 1995, co-starring Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, Bernardo Bertolucci Stealing Beauty, 1996, the 1997 remake of Lolita, and as the Musketeer Aramis opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in the 1998 film version of The Man in the Iron Mask. Other roles include the Wicked Wizard Prophion in the film Dungeons & Dragons, 2000, and Rupert Gould in Longitude, 2000. He played the Bear Morlock in the film The Time Machine, 2002. In 2004, Irons played the title character in The Merchant of Venice. In 2005, he appeared in the films Casanova opposite Heath Ledger, and Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven. He has co-starred with John Malkovich in 2 films, The Man in the Iron Mask, 1998, and Eragon, 2006, though they didn't have any scenes together in the latter. In 2004, Irons played Severus Snape in the BBC's Comic Relief's Harry Potter parody, Harry Potter and the Secret Chamber Pot of Azerbaijan. 12/13. Also that year, he earned a Satellite Award nomination for his performance in ISTV and Sab's Being Julia, opposite Annette Bening.
तो दोस्तों आज की इस वीडियो में हमने इस ज़बरदस्त मूवी के बारे में आपको सारी कुछ अपडेट बताई। यदि आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो, चैनल पर नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा, बेल आइकन दबाकर इसे ऑल पर सेट जरूर से कीजिएगा। तो दोस्तों आज की इस वीडियो में इतना ही, मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में।